Hello and welcome. Today's update is very important, especially for seniors, retirees, and people living on fixed incomes across the United States. In this video, we are talking about a serious and sensitive issue involving Social Security. Reports are spreading about a so-called internal review list that is being used to quietly recheck certain Social Security cases. According to recent information, this review process could result in higher monthly payments for some seniors, while others may see no change at all. The key point is that this review is not random, and many people on Social Security do not even realize they may be part of it. That is why it is so important to understand what is happening, who may be affected, and what this could mean for your future benefits. For many seniors, Social Security is not just a check. It is the main source of income that pays for rent, groceries, medications, utilities, and basic living expenses. Even a small increase can make a big difference in day-to-day life. Over the past few years, rising prices have put enormous pressure on older Americans. Food, housing, medical care, and insurance costs have all gone up faster than many people expected. At the same time, Social Security rules have become more complex, and many beneficiaries are unsure whether they are receiving the full amount they are legally entitled to receive. This is where the idea of a quiet or internal review becomes extremely important. The so-called review list is not something new in concept, but what makes this situation different is the scale and timing. Social Security regularly reviews cases for accuracy. However, this review appears to focus on specific groups of seniors whose benefits may have been calculated incorrectly in the past. These errors are not always obvious. They can happen because of outdated earnings records, missing work credits, changes in marital status, survivor benefits, disability transitions into retirement benefits, or incorrect application of cost of living adjustments. In many cases, the beneficiary did nothing wrong, yet the monthly payment may still be lower than it should be. What has caused concern and curiosity is that many seniors were never clearly informed that such a review was taking place. Some beneficiaries only found out after receiving a letter, a phone call, or an unexpected increase in their monthly payment. Others learned about it when they checked their benefit history and noticed a recalculation. This has raised questions about transparency and fairness, but it has also brought hope to seniors who suspect they may have been underpaid for years. One of the main reasons this review is happening now is pressure on the Social Security system to correct long-standing errors. Over time, small miscalculations can add up to thousands of dollars. For a senior living on a tight budget, even a difference of $50 or $100 per month can mean the ability to afford better food, pay for prescriptions, or keep the heating on during winter. Social Security officials are aware that trust in the system depends on accuracy, and correcting past mistakes is one way to restore that trust. Another important factor is the growing number of retirees entering the system. As more Americans retire, the workload increases, and older cases are being re-examined using updated data systems. In some situations, earnings that were not properly credited decades ago are now being matched correctly. In other cases, policy changes that were applied unevenly in the past are being corrected. This does not mean everyone will receive more money, but it does mean that some people will. It is also important to understand that this review does not automatically mean trouble. Many seniors hear the word review and immediately worry about benefit cuts or overpayment demands. While those situations can happen, the focus of this particular review appears to be underpayments rather than overpayments. That means the Social Security Administration is looking for cases where beneficiaries were paid less than the law allows. In some cases, this could lead to a higher monthly check going forward. In other cases, it could also result in back payments for money that should have been paid in the past. The idea of back payments is especially significant. If an error is discovered that goes back several years, Social Security may owe the beneficiary a lump sum payment. This can be a life-changing amount for some seniors. However, these payments are not automatic for everyone. Each case is reviewed individually, and the amount depends on how long the error lasted and how large the monthly difference was. Many seniors ask why they were not told earlier. The truth is that Social Security relies heavily on the information it receives from employers, individuals, and other government agencies. When information is missing or delayed, errors can happen. For example, if earnings from a certain year were not properly recorded, the benefit calculation may have been lower than it should have been. Once that error is discovered and corrected, the benefit can be adjusted upward. Unfortunately, these errors are not always caught quickly, especially in older cases. Another group that may be affected includes people who moved from disability benefits to retirement benefits. In some cases, the transition was handled incorrectly, resulting in a lower retirement benefit than expected. Survivors, such as widows and widowers, may also be affected if their benefits were not recalculated correctly after the death of a spouse. Divorced spouses who qualify based on an ex-spouse's work record are another group that sometimes experiences calculation errors. It is also worth noting that cost of living adjustments play a role. Each year, Social Security benefits are adjusted to reflect inflation. If a benefit amount was wrong to begin with, all future adjustments based on that incorrect amount will also be wrong. Over time, this can significantly widen the gap between what someone receives and what they should receive. The current review appears to be addressing some of these long-term compounding errors. For seniors watching this video, the most important takeaway so far is awareness. Many people assume that once their Social Security benefit starts, it never changes except for annual adjustments. In reality, benefits can be recalculated if new information comes to light or if an error is discovered. This review process is a reminder that it is always worth understanding your benefit history and how your payment was calculated. At this stage, there is no requirement for everyone to take action immediately. However, being informed puts you in a stronger position. Knowing that this review exists may encourage you to pay closer attention to your Social Security statements, notices, and payment amounts. It may also give you peace of mind to know that the system is actively looking for cases where seniors may be owed more money. In the next part of this video, we will go deeper into who is most likely to be affected by this review, what signs may indicate that your case is being looked at, and what practical steps seniors can take to protect themselves and make sure they are receiving the full benefits they deserve. We will also talk about what to do if you receive a notice, how long these reviews usually take, and why patience and careful attention are so important during this process. Please stay with us for the final part, because the information ahead could be very valuable for you or someone you care about. Now let us continue with the most practical and important part of this discussion. Understanding who is most likely to be affected by this Social Security review and what seniors should realistically expect can help reduce fear, confusion, and misinformation. Many people feel anxious when they hear about reviews or internal lists, but knowledge is the strongest protection. This part will focus on clarity, reassurance, and useful guidance for older adults who rely on Social Security every month. One group that may be more likely to appear in this review includes seniors who worked for many years but had jobs where earnings were reported late, incorrectly, or under a different name. This can happen to people who changed their names after marriage, divorce, or immigration. It can also happen to people who worked multiple jobs, had self-employment income, or worked for small employers decades ago when reporting systems were less accurate. In these cases, some earnings may not have been fully credited at the time benefits were calculated. When those earnings are later matched correctly, the monthly benefit can increase. Another group includes widows and widowers. Survivor benefits can be complicated, especially when both spouses had work histories. In some situations, the higher benefit option was not applied correctly, or the timing of the switch between benefits was handled improperly. Over time, Social Security has updated its rules and internal systems, and some older survivor cases are now being reviewed to ensure the correct benefit was chosen. If an error is found, the survivor's benefit may be adjusted upward. Divorced seniors are also part of this conversation. Many people do not realize that if a marriage lasted long enough, a divorced spouse may qualify for benefits based on an ex-spouse's work record. In some cases, this option was not explained clearly when the person first applied. If Social Security later determines that a higher benefit should have been paid, the amount may be corrected. This does not affect the ex-spouse's benefit, but it can significantly improve the financial situation of the person receiving the adjustment. Seniors who transitioned from disability benefits to retirement benefits may also be included in these reviews. That transition is supposed to happen automatically at full retirement age, but errors can occur. Sometimes the retirement benefit is calculated using incomplete data or outdated information. When these cases are reviewed more carefully, some people discover that their retirement benefit should be higher than what they have been receiving. Many seniors wonder how they will know if their case is being reviewed. In most situations, there is no dramatic announcement. Some people receive a letter explaining that their benefit has been recalculated. Others simply notice a change in their monthly payment amount. In some cases, a lump sum payment appears in addition to the regular check. While this can be surprising, it is often a sign that a past underpayment was corrected. It is important to read any communication carefully and keep it for your records. It is also important to understand that these reviews take time. Social Security handles millions of cases, and each review involves detailed checks of work history, benefit rules, and payment records. Seniors should not expect immediate results after hearing about this process. Delays do not necessarily mean a problem. In many cases, they simply reflect the careful nature of the review. Patience is difficult when money is involved, but rushing the process can sometimes create confusion rather than clarity. Some seniors worry that if their benefit is reviewed, it could be reduced instead of increased. While that is possible in rare cases, the focus of this review appears to be correcting underpayments. If a reduction were to happen, Social Security would typically notify the beneficiary and explain the reason. Most seniors affected by this review are not doing anything wrong. They are simply beneficiaries whose cases may not have been calculated perfectly in the past. One practical step seniors can take is to stay organized. Keep copies of Social Security notices, benefit statements, and any correspondence you receive. Having a clear record makes it easier to understand changes if they occur. It also helps reduce stress, because you can refer back to official information instead of relying on rumors or assumptions. It is also wise to pay attention to your payment amount each month. While many people focus only on whether the check arrives, noticing small changes can provide important clues. An increase, even a modest one, may indicate that a recalculation has occurred. If you see a change and do not understand it, taking time to read any accompanying notice can provide answers. This review process also highlights a broader lesson for all seniors. Social Security is not a one-time decision that should never be revisited. Life changes, policy updates, and data corrections can all affect benefits. Staying informed helps ensure that you are receiving what you are entitled to under the law. Even if your benefit never changes, understanding how it was calculated gives you confidence and peace of mind. Another important point is emotional. Many seniors feel powerless when dealing with large systems like Social Security. The idea that there is a quiet review happening behind the scenes can feel unsettling. However, it can also be seen as a positive sign. It shows that the system is actively looking for mistakes and trying to correct them, even if that process is not perfect or fast. For seniors who have struggled financially for years, the possibility of a correction brings a sense of hope. At the same time, it is important to remain realistic. Not everyone will receive more money. Some cases will be confirmed as correct, and benefits will remain the same. That outcome does not mean the review was pointless. It means the system verified that the benefit amount is accurate. For many seniors, certainty itself has value. As inflation continues to affect everyday costs, every dollar matters. Housing, food, medical care, and transportation remain major concerns for older Americans. Social Security was designed to provide a foundation of income security, not luxury. Ensuring that seniors receive the full amount they are owed is essential to maintaining dignity and stability in later life. As we come to the end of this video, let us summarize what truly matters. There is an ongoing review of certain Social Security cases. Some seniors may receive higher monthly benefits or even back payments if past errors are found. This process is quiet, detailed, and gradual. Awareness, patience, and careful attention are the most important tools for beneficiaries right now. Panic and rumors only add stress without providing solutions. If you rely on Social Security, remember that staying informed is not about fear. It is about empowerment. Understanding how benefits work, knowing that reviews happen, and recognizing that corrections are possible can help you feel more secure about your financial future. Whether or not your benefit changes, knowledge helps you make better decisions and reduces uncertainty. Thank you for spending this time with us. Today's discussion was about clarity, fairness, and awareness. Social Security affects millions of lives, and even small updates can have a big impact. Keep paying attention, keep your records safe, and remember that understanding your benefits is one of the most important steps you can take to protect yourself. This information matters because your financial security matters.